Jungkook of BTS didn't just celebrate his 28th birthday with fireworks, fan projects, and viral hashtags. He offered something far more personal, far more powerful, a public promise to the one man he called my protector, Kim Seokjin, better known as Jin. In a tearful confession during a private live broadcast aired briefly to a select group of fans, Jungkook opened his heart about the bond he shares with Jin. A relationship rooted in silent sacrifices, unspoken protection, and a brotherhood that has defined the very core of BTS. In the intimate clip, now spreading rapidly through fan accounts and archived on major fan channels. Jungkook appeared alone in a softly lit room, surrounded by simple birthday decorations. His voice quivered as he recalled his early years in BTS. "I didn't know anything when I debuted," he began, "but Hyung always knew when I was struggling. He never said it out loud, but he was always there." Fans were quick to latch onto the moment that followed, one that many are calling the promise that melted ARMY. With his eyes glassy, Jungkook looked straight into the camera and said, "Jin Hyung, aku akan balas semua kebaikanmu. Aku nggak akan biarkan dunia melupakan apa yang sudah kau lakukan untuk kami semua." The sincerity in his voice, the weight of years behind the words, and the visible tremble in his hand as he wiped a tear, everything in that moment captured the purity of their bond. What made the moment even more impactful was the complete absence of drama or embellishment. It wasn't staged, it wasn't scripted. It was one man speaking directly to another, across the digital divide, with millions of fans silently watching a brotherhood unfold in real time. Jin, who is currently juggling global ambassador roles and music promotions post-military discharge, has yet to make a direct comment. However, fans noticed that shortly after Jungkook's promise, Jin liked several posts that featured screenshots of the moment, confirming that he not only saw it, but likely received it just as deeply. The bond between Jin and Jungkook, often dubbed Jinkook by fans, has always stood out within BTS for its layered emotional nuance. Jin, as the oldest member, took on the role of nurturer and guardian early on. Jungkook, the youngest, often leaned on him for comfort, direction, and strength. But it was always done in silence. Rarely did they express it aloud. Until now. Today, ARMY isn't just celebrating Jungkook's birthday. They're reflecting on a relationship that has been 12 years in the making, a bond forged through shared stages, tear-streaked dorm room nights, quiet hospital visits, and countless sacrifices made behind the scenes. Social media is now flooded with the hashtag #JinkookForever, and fan art, video edits, and emotional tributes to the promise of gratitude that Jungkook made. Many are calling it one of the most touching moments in BTS history since their 2020 Mama speech or Jin's enlistment farewell. Some fans have even speculated that this promise may signal a future collaboration between the two, perhaps even a subunit track exploring their story. Others believe it's simply what it appeared to be, an emotionally raw, deeply personal thank you that needed to be said. And it finally was. In a world where idols are often forced to hide vulnerability behind polished perfection, this moment between Jungkook and Jin felt like a reminder of why millions fell in love with BTS in the first place. Not just because of their talent, but because of their humanity. And as one fan wrote under a viral clip of Jungkook's message, he didn't need to say it, but he did. And that makes all the difference. Even after the live stream ended, the emotional impact of Jungkook's words continued to ripple across the BTS fandom. Fans from across the globe began organizing tribute posts and digital campaigns to honor the deep bond between Jungkook and Jin. Hashtags like #Jungkook Promise to Jin and #Jin Hyung I Love You trended in dozens of countries, with fan edits and translated clips capturing every nuance of the heartfelt moment. It wasn't just a birthday anymore. It had become a global reminder of love, legacy, and gratitude within BTS. In the hours that followed, a handwritten letter from Jungkook was shared through HYBE's official fan platform. Though brief, it confirmed what fans already felt. The birthday boy wasn't just celebrating himself, he was celebrating those who shaped him. The letter read, "This year, more than any year, I think about who helped me become who I am. Jin Hyung, thank you. I will protect the name you helped build. I love you." The message sent fans into another wave of emotion, especially because of the timing. Jin has been at the center of multiple brand campaigns, solo music milestones, and behind-the-scenes support roles since his military discharge. For many ARMY, the thought that Jin could quietly be offering strength to his members, even as the world watches only his public achievements, makes Jungkook's tribute all the more powerful. International media soon caught wind of the moment. Korean news outlets translated Jungkook's message for non-fans, while English-language publications described it as a raw expression of loyalty and deep-rooted brotherhood rarely seen in pop culture. The moment became a case study in how vulnerability, sincerity, and mutual respect can transcend language and borders. One fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "They say idols are distant. But this is family. This is healing." And for Jungkook, who has often carried the weight of being the youngest member with stoic strength, this tearful declaration showed the world that he hasn't forgotten the people who shielded him when he was just a teenager thrown into the spotlight. He hasn't forgotten the quiet love, the unspoken sacrifices. Most of all, he hasn't forgotten Jin BTS members continue navigating their solo paths. Moments like these serve as emotional anchors for themselves and for the millions who grew up with them. For fans, the image of Jungkook crying not for himself, but in gratitude for his Hyung, will live on far beyond his 28th birthday. It will live on as a promise whispered through tears, between brothers, a promise that no matter how big the world gets, no matter how bright the stage lights shine, they will always remember each other. As the night wore on and the celebratory hashtags continued to trend, fans began sharing archived clips of past moments between Jungkook and Jin, reminiscing on the journey that brought them to this point. From their early years as roommates to their playful banter in variety shows, to the more recent moments of quiet respect during military transitions, the compilation of memories served as a poignant backdrop to the birthday tribute. Jungkook's emotional outpouring wasn't just about gratitude. It was also a window into how much Jin's presence continues to anchor the group, even as they walk their individual paths. Fans noted how even in moments where Jungkook was supposed to shine alone, he made space for the brotherhood, for Jin, for the shared identity that BTS has fought so hard to preserve. Meanwhile, HYB remained silent on the moment, but fans believe this was intentional, allowing the moment to be shared organically between the artists and their audience, free from scripted marketing or media control. This silence allowed fans to feel like witnesses to something real, raw, and rare in the world of celebrity. Korean media began covering the moment the next morning, calling it the purest form of idol brotherhood, while global outlets described it as Jungkook's vulnerable leadership emerging. Editorial columns even debated whether Jin was being recognized in a new light, not just as a Hyung, but as a moral compass for the younger members. Some ARMY began speculating that Jungkook's message might be tied to Jin's rumored behind-the-scenes role in managing emotional well-being across the group, especially during their solo activities, adding another layer of sentiment. One of Jin's solo tracks, Moonlight Sincerity, began trending on streaming platforms within hours of Jungkook's tribute. Fans interpreted it as a spiritual soundtrack to the birthday confession, filled with lyrics about guidance, love from afar, and silent support. The timing of its resurgence felt poetic, almost as if the universe was echoing the emotions shared on screen. Jungkook's message to Jin was more than just a birthday moment. It was a declaration, a spotlight turned toward the quiet strength that often goes unnoticed in the noise of fame. A bow of gratitude, offered by the youngest to the eldest, the one who led not just with words, but with actions, presence, and love. For BTS, birthdays are never just about cake and candles. They're about history, healing, and honoring the people who made the journey worth it. And this year, through tears, through laughter, through whispered promises and heartfelt words, Jungkook reminded the world. Without Jin, there would be no golden magne. And in that truth, the ARMY found something to hold on to, a reminder that BTS is not just a group. It's a bond, etched in time, sealed in loyalty, and powered by love.